Your brain won't shut off and you're lying there exhausted while it cycles through tomorrow's tasks, old conversations, and random worries on repeat. People tell you to just relax. That advice is useless. Here's what's actually happening. Your mind is stuck in open loops and it won't power down until you close them. This 2-minute reset does exactly that. This matters because the standard advice fights your brain's natural wiring. Deep breaths and counting sheep don't address the real problem. When you try to suppress thoughts, you actually activate them more. It's called ironic process theory, documented by Harvard psychologist Daniel Wegner. Your nighttime brain isn't your enemy. It's flagging unfinished business. The problem isn't that it's active. The problem is it doesn't know when to stop. Here's what's happening. In the 1920s, psychologist Bluma Zygarnik discovered that incomplete tasks create mental tension that persists until resolved or recorded. Your brain treats every unfinished thought, that email you need to send, the conversation you're dreading, like an active file that can't be closed. At night, when distractions disappear, these open files demand attention. Think of it like a restaurant kitchen. During the day, the noise covers the sound of the fridge humming. At night, that hum is all you hear. Your racing thoughts aren't random chaos. They're your brain's filing system working overtime on items that never got sorted. You might notice your thoughts jump randomly between unrelated topics. 1 second it's work deadlines, the next it's something embarrassing from high school. This happens because your default mode network, the brain region active during rest, doesn't operate linearly. Dr. Marcus Rachel's research at Washington University found this network activates specifically when we're not focused externally. What this gives you: understanding that the randomness isn't dysfunction. It's your brain's natural processing mode running without a target. You might notice the same 3 thoughts keep cycling back. This is the Zygarnik effect. Your brain literally cannot release incomplete tasks from working memory. A 2011 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that making a plan to address a task, not completing it, just planning, released this mental tension. What this gives you: writing "I'll handle this at 9 a.m. tomorrow" actually closes the loop neurologically. You might notice thoughts get more catastrophic the longer you lie awake. What if I fail becomes what if everything falls apart. This is cognitive hyperarousal, and research from the University of Pennsylvania shows it intensifies without new sensory input. Your brain fills the void with worst-case scenarios because it's wired for threat detection. What this gives you: reason to interrupt the pattern early before it spirals. You might notice the harder you try to stop thinking, the worse it gets. When you actively suppress a thought, a monitoring process keeps checking whether it's gone, which repeatedly brings it back. What this gives you: permission to stop fighting your thoughts and start redirecting them instead. Suppression fails, replacement works. You might notice checking your phone makes everything worse. Blue light signals alertness, but the bigger issue is that new information creates new open loops. Dr. Luc Baudouin's research at Simon Fraser University found that random, meaningless content works better than engaging content for sleep onset. Your brain needs boring, not stimulating. You might notice you fall asleep easily when exhausted, but wake at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts. This pattern isn't random. Cortisol levels rise in early morning hours to prepare you for waking. If you have unprocessed mental content, this arousal triggers a cognitive restart. What this gives you: knowing this is biological, not personal weakness, changes how you respond. Now here's where this gets tricky. Understanding why your brain races doesn't automatically fix it. First, if you turn this reset into another productivity ritual, you'll create anxiety around the process itself. The goal is release, not perfection. Second, if racing thoughts come with chest tightness, shortness of breath, or panic, that's potentially anxiety disorder, not normal cognitive activity, and needs different intervention. Third, if you use this technique to avoid addressing real problems, you're treating symptoms while causes grow. This reset works for normal nighttime rumination. Every single night for months signals something deeper that needs attention. Here's the 2-minute reset. Minute 1, brain dump. Grab your phone or notepad and write every circling thought. Don't organize, don't judge, just capture. Email boss, worry about mom. That thing Jake said. Getting thoughts out of your head tells your brain the loop can close. You've recorded it, it won't be forgotten. Minute 2, cognitive shuffling. Pick a random word, say garden, and visualize unconnected images for each letter. G, grape. A, anchor. R, rabbit. D, dolphin. This technique from Dr. Baudouin gives your brain meaningless content to process, which signals safety and disengages the analytical mind. 2 minutes total. Dump the loops, then shuffle out. So if your brain won't shut off at night, here's the reframe. It's not broken. It's running incomplete loops without a closing procedure. Now you have one. That's what we do here. Help you understand why your mind works the way it does and give you tools to work with it, not against it. Subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments. What's the thought that keeps you up most? Work, relationships, or that thing you said 5 years ago?